Hello YouTube, Droiceman M here, and you're looking at my SKSs. The top one is a 1956 Type 56 Chinese that has been the subject of two of my previous videos, and the bottom one is a 1972 Yugoslavian SKS that today we're going to make into a more modern firearm. I came across this Tapco compliant stock kit at a price I could not pass up and figured it would be a good project for the Yugo. The kit comes with a muzzle recoil compensator that replaces the grenade launcher, adjustable buttstock, 20 round detachable magazine, composite stock with handguard, and Picatinny rail. According to Tapco and other sources I trust on the web, by installing all the US made parts in this kit, it puts the foreign part count on this rifle at 10 and makes the rifle 922R compliant. First thing to replace is the handguard by tapping out the pin that holds the rear cap on. As you can see, it's easier said than done, but by replacing the handguard you are taking off one foreign part for a US made part, and that counts towards your 922R compliance. Next thing to remove so you can reach 922R compliance is the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is screwed onto the barrel and then pinned. To remove it, you need to first remove the retaining pin. I applied a little heat in hopes of making the removal of the pin easier. In hindsight, the heat may have helped unscrew the launcher from the barrel, but had no effect on removing the pin. After struggling with getting the pin started, and then breaking my punch on it, I found the best tool to use to start the pin was a nail set. Then tap the pin out with a punch. However, because I broke my punch getting the pin started, I used an old small screwdriver to push the pin out the rest of the way. Once the pin was out, I applied a little bit more heat and put a vice grip on the launcher. Surprisingly, the rocket launcher came off with little trouble. Installing the new recoil compensator was as simple as adding a little blue Loctite and screwing it on, then getting it tight. Nice thing about this compensator is it looks like the rocket launcher that came off the gun, and being a US made part, it's one more step towards compliance. Next, we reinstall the gas tube with the new compliant handguard. Now it's time to install this rifle into its new compliant stock. And then be sure to install the trigger guard spring. It makes taking the rifle apart a lot easier. With the stock on the rifle, it is now time to install the pistol grip. Because the pistol grip is a US made part from this kit, there are no 922R compliance issues. Yes, you are adding a compliance part, but it is not a foreign part, so it does not change the foreign part count. I did find that you need to use a ratchet to tighten this part down, as the screw self-taps itself into the stock. And lastly, we install the adjustable buttstock into the rifle and then add the 20 round magazine. Okay, here's a worksheet I pulled off the Tapco website. As you can see, it's got all the parts here that are on there. So let's see, we've got the first one: frames, barrels, barrel extensions, mounting barrels, muzzle attachment. That one has now been changed to a US compliant part. The bolts, bolt carrier, operating rod, gas pistons, trigger housing, hammer, disconnectors. Okay, now the butt stock, that has been changed over to a US compliant part. The pistol grip below that has been replaced with a US part. The forearms and handguards have also been replaced. The magazine body, that gets replaced when you replace the magazine. The follower gets replaced when you do the magazine. And the floor plate is replaced when you put in the new magazine. So let's see where we're at here. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 foreign parts. The rest are all US. This rifle is in compliance. So an SKS, an AK, and an AR get together, and this is what we come up with. It's my Yugo SKS. This is where the project ends. It's got the nice little adjustable stock on the back here, pistol grip, 20 round magazine, open, clear. Put the compensator on there, took the rocket launcher off so that we can be compliant with all the other parts that we added to this. Just a fun, nice little rifle. One of the reasons I did this to this rifle, I got this stock set at an incredible buy. I couldn't pass it up. Got to be careful when you buy SKSs, especially used military ones. This one had a lot of corrosive ammo through it, and the bore in it is not necessarily the greatest. At 50 yards, I probably am about softball size is the best I've been able to put a group together with this, or maybe tennis ball size, but not much smaller than that. You get out to 100 yards, you're 5-gallon bucket size maybe. It may shoot a little better if I were to work up my own loads for it and actually start using some 311 or 310 diameter bullets. It may grab that rifling better and shoot a little bit better than it does. I think one of the reasons also my groups are opening up a little bit with this is I have tightened this up, but with this particular setup, there is a little bit of play there with the scope. I also noticed that since they have this little slot here so you can read your open sights with it, or see your open sights with it, if you tighten this down too much, it tends to squeeze it and open it up. But for a short range combat type weapon, within 50 yards, it's pretty accurate and very reliable. I have not had any issues with any stovepipes or failure to feeds or failure to ejects or anything like that. The Russian ammo that I have been buying, I've been buying the commercial stuff, the WPA stuff, and I mic those bullets and they're at 308. So if I go to a 311, 312, it may shoot a little bit better than it does. But this is the Yugo SKS project as it sits right now. Very happy with it. It was a fun little project, and this is Drivesman M signing out.